Debt to equity ratio. First of all, what is it? It's a leverage. How risky are you? You're going to take liabilities on the top, 144,412 divided by debt on the bottom, which is, liability, equity on the bottom, 89,518, and I get what? I'm going to throw this marker away, obviously. Okay. 1.61. Everybody agree? I agree too. Okay, 1.61. Let's go through them all, and then we'll go through it. We'll go through them all together. Okay, current. Can you pay your bills? On the top, current assets, 171, 296. On the bottom, current liabilities, 85,179. What's my number? 2.01. Everybody agree? I got $2 for every dollar I owe. Yay, I'm in good shape. Let's take out inventory in the quick. I subtract inventory minus 53,664. What's my number? Less than 2. 1 point what? 38. I still got $1.38 for every dollar that I'm going to owe in the next 12 months. So I'm okay. Days receivable. How quickly are my customers paying me? On the top, accounts receivable, 106,490 divided by sales, right? Which is 628,467 times 365. How quickly are they paying me? Not very, right? 61.85. So they're paying me in about 62 days. It's a long time. It's 2-month cycles, over 2-month cycles. It's taking them that long on the average. Days payable, how quickly am I paying my vendors? Accounts payable on top, 29,361 divided by cost of goods sold this time, because we're looking at cost, 364,511 times 365. How quickly am I paying my vendors? 29.4, yep. So I'm paying my vendors in under, yeah, that's what I was just going to point out. So what have I just done? If I just looked at current assets and current liabilities per se, which is really the true definition of cash flow, kind of, I've tied up 30 days of cash. You know, just because I may not be effectively managing that as well as I might be able to. Okay. Turn, efficiency, how good am I? On the top, cost of goods sold, 364,511. On the bottom, inventory at a point in time, 53,664. What's my turn? Yep, almost 7. I like it. It's good. It's good. Last one, return on equity. I have so much invested in this company. How much am I, as the owner or the equity owner, getting out of it? I have net profit on the top, 15,703 divided by sales, right, on the bottom, 628,467 times 100, because I just want to convert it to a percentage, and it's better, right? Yeah, 17.54. I would, I'm pretty happy with that, actually. If I'm making 20% on my investment in my company, I probably would be doing like celebrate parties, giving employees bonuses, I don't know, just things like that. Okay, let's look at our results. You, as now the business consultant, what would you tell them? Okay, let's go. Debt to equity, what do you think? Look at your industry standard. Consistent, but what? What do you think? Maybe we're holding too much in equity because it's high, right? And on the counterpoint, they have the ability to borrow. Those are the two caveats I would take away from that. Current and quick, can they pay their bills? The resounding answer is yes. What is the one thing I might look at that I really have not addressed? And that is the quality of the accounts receivable that I'm using as the cash on the top on the current to pay the bills. Accounts payable. I'm sorry, I skipped one. Days receivable. How quickly are my customers paying me? Not very. 62 days. Now, and I agree with you, Luke. And remember, we said there's 45, as Brahma remembered, 45 days is what we extended. But I also am like, well, look at that silly industry. It's kind of the nature of the beast, isn't it? Somewhat. That doesn't mean, however, that I can't do better. It just may be a qualifier. I have to compete in this industry. So how much can I move it with my competitors?
If they see that the average for their industry is 58 days.
53, 53,
Where?
53.8. Oh, 58. No, you're right. See, I have my glasses on, and so I'm having a lot of trouble reading. Okay, I got it. You're right, 58. Yeah.
I'm just wondering though, like, why would they? I mean, is it just because they want 45? Like, would they?
Well,
you want to match your terms to what's more normal in the industry?
I would say yes.
I mean, maybe they're just saying.
Unless you can, unless you don't have to, unless you have the ability. And you know, if I really do want to match the terms and I give people 45, you know, there is a strategy that if I say pay me in 30 days, Jenny's going to pay me in 45, and I may know that, right? And you know, and I can threaten Jenny where, Jenny, I'm going to put interest and I'm going to put you a penalty. But then what am I going to do? Jenny's going to spend most of the time writing it back out when she does it, right? Because what is she going to do? She's going to get a check from the customer with what? All that subtracted. A lot of times. Yeah, that's the reality. If you can get it though, hey, and if you can, the quicker they pay you, yay. You just have to compete in that industry. So you have to kind of know what your competitors are getting. Okay, inventory turn, here's our efficiency. Yeah, that's good. 7, almost 7. They're right with industry standard. That's a high turn. Bless their heart. That tells me anyone that can effectively keep their turn at an industry standard, I will tell you, they have some experience and they know what they're doing. That is a very hard ratio to consistently, and it's very effective. I mean, so I congratulate them on that, and I doubt they can raise it, is the truth. But we shall see. I have an idea. We'll talk about that. Return on equity, and boy, it has really improved, right? From 3 years ago when we were losing money to last year when we were almost at an 8% net profit. And I'm still tickled, but I still wonder about that industry standard, right? And that industry standard looks really high to me. That would also might encourage me to go look at some other industry standards from a different resource, is what I'm telling you. Remember, Profit Sense is in a real-time scenario. I might go look at something that maybe is a little older, you know, that maybe we're seeing a fluctuation. We always want to qualify the numbers we're getting with the quality of the information, too. That's why comparing me to me is always good. I kind of know, right? I know if I've improved or not improved. Okay, very good. You guys got it. And there's our answers.
And then we want to go back to that, what do you call it,
common sizing.
To find out why, like what improved, like why did we go from 3.49 to 3.54? Because I mean, that's.
You know why.
It looks good, but I want to understand.
Because what happened? Our equity, I can tell you without you going back, your equity position didn't change very much. What happened is you became more profitable. That's what changed it. In this particular situation, that may not be what changed it everywhere, but that's what changed it here. And so do you remember how they became more profitable? What greatly influenced that? Their sales increases were significant. They were. Their cost of goods declined. And what else did they do well, though? Remember? They controlled their operating expenses really well. They eroded 5 points on their cost of goods sold, which could have been another $30,000 to the bottom line if they would have just maintained it. But they did a good job of controlling their operating expenses. However, there are problems in River City, I will just say a little bit. And one of them that alludes to, keep this in mind for next week. One thing that's going on that we haven't addressed totally is the cash is declining. We see a lot of these really good results here. Pretty good, really. But look at their cash. And you can't run a business without cash. And their cash is dramatically declining. So next week, as my teaser to you, is we're going to figure out what's going on and why, and help them strategize on some things they can do to change that. That's it. Okay, that's it. So here's what I hope we did. We looked at understanding profit and loss balance sheets. We went through those. Did a little quick rendition through cash and accrual and the difference and why it's important to match. We used the case study to actually get in and analyze the business in pretty good detail for an hour, you know? And used some key financial ratios to help speed up that process. Okay, so I hope by the end of today, here's what you can do. Identify key information on the profit and loss and balance sheets. You know how to calculate and use some key ratios to make better business decisions. And that's it. I hope to see you next week on Analyzing and Managing Cash Flow. And next week, Predicting Your Future Cash Needs. And that's it. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Oh, and please fill out your survey form.
Yes, please fill out. I get a lot.